Valuing properties can be an opaque and somewhat intimidating process. Now, there are a variety of strategies that people use nowadays for pricing homes. For example, realtors often use the notion of comparables, which is taking two or three similar homes in a given area in order to price a property. But there are a couple shortcomings of this. One is there's an inherent bias in terms of which properties are actually selected and whether those are actually representative of the current property being sold. And two, there's a lack of total market exposure in terms of pricing that property. So there may be things that are actually being missed. So now Redfin, Trulia, and Zillow, so Redfin I'm showing here, have algorithms for pricing homes on the market, but unfortunately these are incredibly hidden and they don't share much of the code or insight around what actually goes into this model. So I set out to solve that by creating a open source Acumos model called the Acumos Property Assistant, which essentially is composed of two parts. One is a Jupyter Notebook, which contains all the analysis and code which people can extend. And the beauty of this is that I've taken data from the Boston area as a baseline, but this could be retrained with any region or any city and be used to predict property prices at any time in any location. So I've done some correlations here in terms of like what factors matter the most. I won't go into a lot of detail right now. On the other side, I've also deployed this model through Docker locally, and I've created a web app to demonstrate that. So you can download this on Acumos as well. I have this public, but I've created some sample data. What this will do is take this property in Cambridge, shove it through the model, and come up with an estimate based on the recent properties in Boston, which I've actually collected the data from Redfin here. So these are actually true values for properties that have sold recently in Boston, and they're used as an aggregate in baseline in a generalized linear model for determining the price of that property. So I have that server running as well, so you can actually play with it and tweak the values and see what happens. So there's a lot of extending and customization that people could do with this. I think this is an interesting start, but there's a lot more that can be done. So it's all here, it's all live, and thank you for your time.